Hey guys, how you doing? This is Brother Bill, and you're looking at that little greenhouse that I built a few years ago. I'm going to take you inside here in just a second to show you how we do our seeds here to get them started. But before we go there, I'm going to show you something else that I do here every year. Get the shadow out of the way. Okay, what you're looking at is a bed of broccoli, and look right here. You'll see onions every so often down through there. But what I do on every single raised bed that I have, I'll put onions on the border, and it saves space instead of me having to plant a row of onions. And I could just use the fullness of the box, and it really helps, and they produce very well. I don't try to grow the largest onions. I just want something that we can eat on and share with others. But up there at Gracie's garden, I gotta get her a new sign. There are 6 beds up there that we grow food in, and all those have onions all around the border. These other 2 big ones here, that one, and then this other one here is for flowers, and we usually grow zinnias there. But I've got 2 more beds here, same thing. This is leftover spinach that made it through the winter, and I'll let that continue to grow before it gets too hot, because then it'll get too bitter, and we'll replace that with something else. Those are leftover onions. They come up on their own. And here beside the greenhouse is collard greens. That's left over too from the winter, and we feed the rabbits with that, as well as the chickens, and of course I'm going to eat on them myself. But anyway, let me walk you in here to the greenhouse. This is what I got done yesterday. What you're looking at, first off, is a Bauer sprayer. I got that a couple years ago, and I use that to spray these seeds. Starts right here, because it distributes the water evenly and doesn't overwhelm the seed beds. But let me get this thing started, and I'll show you what I've got going on. And it is operated off of a battery. Let me grab this wand right here, and you can see right here it's got a wand. Okay, so all I do is just spray the tops like this right here, just keep everything moist. And it's better than using one of those regular waters that you fill up, you know, with a gallon of water and spray or pour out on your stuff. But this right here, real handy tool, because it doesn't overwater, and it doesn't cause those seeds to come out from the dirt, end up losing them. But this is how we start them, right here in the greenhouse. You see the temperature right now, it's well over 100 right there. So these ought to come up. Today's Thursday, and like I said, I did these, started them yesterday. So I'm thinking 5 days from now we should have something coming up. All right, let me stop that for a second. I'll show you what we got. This is a tray of dwarf sunflowers, then a tray of Boston pickles, spaghetti squash, Hell's Best cantaloupe and zucchini, some Space Master cucumbers. I don't grow many of those. They're Space Master for a reason, because it's like a bush, and they stay in one spot. And when they come in 4 or 5 at a time, typically. That's a straight neck squash, another market more, or another cucumber, market more. And I got some Cherokee purple. I'm growing 8 of those. Don't need too many of those. Beefsteak, these are tomatoes, by the way, Cherokee purples. We've got beefsteak tomatoes, more beefsteaks, grow a lot of those. Large cherries, celebrity tomatoes, Sunray tomatoes. These are those golden little tomatoes, and we got several of those. And then I've also got a tray of corn. That's 50 right there. I grow those because I don't like gaps in the corn rows, and it's inevitable you're going to have one missing somewhere along the lines, or a crow's going to pick something out, or you're going to lose something some way. So I grow those to replace them, so I've got full rows whenever they do come in. So I've got that first side over here ready to go. I've got another shelf down here that I can do, and over here I've got 2 more shelves as well. And I did start some Empire tomatoes right here, just 12 of those, and I'm going to use those for the large mammoth sunflowers. I grow those every year also. Down here below are 2 raised beds as well. I don't do a whole lot down here with these. I kind of let the large cherry seeds kind of just fall and let them take over the greenhouse. It's kind of cool to watch that grow all the way through winter. That right there is my water that I keep in there. But that's it right now. That's what we're looking at. It's still too early to plant in the in-ground garden. So I've not got anything out there except, I'll walk you over here real quick. This is one of the in-ground gardens. I've got one across the street as well that I'm using. An area. I did plant the potatoes across the street, did get that done. But here we go. This is 9,500 square feet you're looking at. This first row, I went ahead and I did put out cucumbers, so I told you a big fat lie. I did plant cucumbers right here in this row. I forgot about that. And then over here I'm going to put on this trellis here, as you can see, if you can see that like that. Let me step back. So that trellis I'm going to put rattlesnake pole beans. And then over here on this fence here, I'm going to put some McCaslin green beans. I want to get another cattle panel and extend that, so there'll be more. But again, like I was saying, it's 9,500 square feet. I do already have the rows marked off, so I'll be ready to go whenever we do get started. But the clover come in abundance this year when we cover cropped it, and it looks really good out there. I can't say any more about that. That's just what it is. So we'll see what we can get growing in that. And again, I've got, like I said, these other raised beds over here. Lots of spinach left over. And as you can see down through there, I made use of that horse manure this year. And I've got it distributed pretty evenly throughout. Way back there in the corner, I don't know if you can see them, but there's 2 geese. They come back they have been coming back for, I guess it's the same 2, probably 5 years, and they hang out here. But back there where they are is a small plot. It's a 30 by 30, and I'll grow some watermelon out there and see how those turn out. They turned out really well last year. But that's where we are right now. Excited for the growing season. Hope y'all have a great day, and I'm gonna get on out of here and get on into work. Y'all have a great day.